You can't hyphenate your name and say, "I'm signing my maiden name today." You're using two different names. It's fraud.
Yeah.
Like I don't, and I noticed at my job when people come in with all these names. Even a man came in and said, "I think you have my maiden name in the system." I'm like, "What the hell going on? I got your maiden, sir. You're not a maiden, sir.
You're not a maiden, sir.
Bed. Love.
Bed.
Bed.
Love.
Beyond.
Beyond.
Bed. Love. Beyond. Bed. Love. Beyond.
Hey, what's going on? Welcome to Bed Love Beyond, the podcast for the hopeful and the hater in us to discuss sex, love, and whatever's clever with like-minded people like you who are also in limbo with love.
Like us.
I'm Martini.
I am Jen.
And today's episode is episode 113. What's in a name? I now pronounce you Mr. and Mrs. So if you have a topic you want us to explore or have any questions you want to ask, you can write us at bedlovebeyond@gmail.com or text us at 201-862-8BED. That is 201-862-8233. And of course, we have a special guest. So nice she had to come back twice. It is Miss April Speaks.
Hey guys,
What is going on?
My teeth hurt.
Your teeth
I'm
hurt?
just making that announcement now.
Okay. So before we get into Daily Dish and the topic, we have listener comments.
Fuck that.
Okay. Jeez. You can tell that Jennifer has already read those listener comments. So she's so angry. They're both from YouTube, and both of them are from Jennifer's favorite guest, Noble Casalupis. And on episode 111 with thoughts, views, and all that jazz with Jasmine and Sarah, Jen had the extreme notion of wanting to get knocked up back in the day. And he replies, "Jen, you wish you got knocked up?" Shaking my head.
I didn't say by him.
I know that. But regardless, she's like, whoa, like, that's crazy.
Maybe the vocab was wrong, but the sentiment was in the right place.
No.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
How you gonna tell me no?
No. Because all you cared about was getting knocked up, not everything that should come along with that.
No. What?
No. The way that you said it, and even with Jasmine was like, no, you don't want to get knocked up because that's all you cared about.
Right, I said the vocab was wrong, but the sentiment was right. I don't mean like I wanted to just like get knocked up by some random one night stand, like some dude I brought home from Nyack. I wasn't saying I wanted it to be him. I'm just saying I was thinking that. I mean, nobody was the right person then, but like I wouldn't have been mad if I got pregnant. I had a lot of long-term relationships, like the 7-year guy.
Which would have been bad. Go on.
Why?
Because he cheated on you twice?
I think once, but it's irrelevant.
Go on.
Brooklyn.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm
Perfect candidate to have a baby with.
I'm not saying these would have been good candidates. I'm just saying that it would have been a thought.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying knocked up like barefoot and pregnant in the house and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Although I did enjoy my 20s. I'm not like, some of the millennial people now. I don't think they like go out like we did. Like I was thinking today, I was like, I wonder if The Shore is still like as popular with like young people as it used to be. But then I was like, oh, I guess it's like always been popular.
I think certain types.
Yeah.
Certain types of young people.
But like I remember like I think I asked my friend, she I don't know if I showed you guys the picture last week. Her son went to the prom. She was like giving me an earful on the girl. And I was like, oh, did he go to the Shore after? Because that's what we did. And she was like, no, there was supposed to be like some after party, but I told him you couldn't go. I was like, damn, okay. So I was just thinking about that, but yeah, the point of that conversation is just, I just think that like people don't do the same things that we used to do. Like we used to be like, oh my god, we're going to New York, we're gonna go to the club, we're gonna go do this, we're gonna go do that. And I think young people today are like, oh, let's Netflix and chill and smoke weed in our mom's basement. I don't know. It's just a thought. It's not a fact.
Mm.
Regardless, it was just.
Because we grew up at a time, too, where you had to leave the house for entertainment.
Right.
There wasn't much.
Very
You couldn't
true.
stream movies. You had to go to the movie theater and watch it.
Yeah.
There was no Kodi and Netflix, and like you had to. I mean,
The
people still go
bootlegs
to the
weren't even that
movies,
good.
but yeah, No, that was literally in the movie.
Right.
theater. Hidden camera. Well, yeah.
Right.
Look at that popcorn.
And the second comment from Noble was for episode 103, The Friend Zone. Does it actually exist? With musical guest Jay Chase. And he said, he was referencing you, saying that, you've been benching dudes since 2009. Ha! So.
He can laugh. But if he thinks that when I was dating him, I was only dating him, he's sadly mistaken.
Damn. Okay. Jeez. All right there. Savage.
Hashtag facts.
Oh, boy. All right. So, any daily dish? Oh, I'm sorry. You can say something?
That's the excitement of having a car. It doesn't really take work to get places. You're like, this is boring. I'm going somewhere else.
Oh, boy. All right. Any daily dish?
No. I
Okay.
saw like 5 seconds of the royal wedding. Everyone was like posting about it all weekend. Oh my god, I hate her dress. I love her dress. I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't really like the memes. I felt really bad. Like, I guess they're funny in fun taste, but like there was like the memes of like the queen like ice grilling her.
Mm-hmm.
And like making reference to like the Princess Diana murder / accident.
Right.
Like on some like your next shit, and I was just like, oh god. And then they were like,
I saw one of those memes when you plot in a car crash, but you already did that one.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's not nice. And then there was like the one they were like comparing like the mom, Meghan Markle's mom, to like the lady in Get Out, and I was just like, all right.
I didn't do that one.
And they're like, she's crying because she knows what her daughter's in for. I'm just like,
I think that's part of it, because you're not going into something that you're gonna like. When regular people get married, you're kind of starting something. Maybe you're gonna create yourself with another, like you're joining together with another family. But then you guys are gonna create your own little family,
right?
And your own little customs. Not in that.
No, yeah, that's true.
When you go that, you doing whatever they say do. That's pretty much what's going to happen.
Although I wonder, like, if Harry's going to be different. Like, because I, like read that Meghan Markle was, like, really a humanitarian. She, like, went to, like, underdeveloped countries as well and kind of, like, went there and saw the people and helped out, kind of like Harry did. And I wonder if, like, that's something they would do together.
Probably.
Which would be nice.
Yeah.
But I also read this article about, like X amount of things that you can't do living in the royal castle. Playing Monopoly is one of them.
You can't go out without sleeves, stockings, and hat. I've never seen any of them without a hat on.
The ladies have to like sit with their legs either crossed at the ankle or like together into like a slant. I wouldn't be allowed in the castle.
Allegedly, the queen isn't supposed. I don't know if it's true. I heard the queen isn't supposed to smile in public. That's why she.
That's what I've heard too, though.
Looks like that. Yeah.
I also heard that he had to ask permission for the queen for him to wear his beard, because he wore his military uniform.
Yeah.
And he's supposed to be clean shaven, so he asked for permission to wear the beard. That's why I think Harry's like, yeah, okay, I'm glad I got these roots, but I also really don't give a fuck. I'm gonna do what I want.
Mm-hmm.
And part of him, which I also read, I don't know if it's true, part of him being kind of as wild as he is, well, he's a little, got his mother's rebellious spirit, but part of it is like he's so far from the throne.
Right.
It's like,
what's the point?
Yeah. It's kind of like I got.
Why is he further than his brother?
Because the brother's kids come
really?
after the brother, allegedly. That's why he's so far, and their kids are will be so far. Because the brother, after the brother, to be his kids.
Well, I'd be okay with that then.
Allegedly, that's why she popped out 3 so fast. I don't know if that's true.
How many boys does she have? 2?
She got 2 boys.
So 2 possible kings.
But I think it would be handed down. Charlotte could be queen. So she's the second, the middle.
Wow. So when the queen dies, who takes over?
The son.
I wonder if Superfan Sam knows these questions.
The boy's father.
Wait. The boy's father. So,
their father.
Yeah, but... Wait, he just becomes king? There's no queen. Is he married?
Yeah.
So Princess Diana would have been queen.
No. Only the blood gets the throne. She's brought in through marriage, but it's the family, the blood that gets the throne. So he would get it, their father.
Oh, Charles.
Edward,
Right.
Edward, yeah,
Right,
whatever
if the
his name
mother
is.
dies, because that's her son.
Mm-hmm.
And then if he dies, then his son.
His first son.
Right.
Oh,
And then
right.
if he dies, then
His
son.
first son. Oh,
Right.
damn.
Then if he dies, then his sister. And if she uses it, then her brother. And then Harry.
Doesn't matter, Harry. Go party it up.
Then Harry's kid. Then, yeah, you know. So
Yeah,
that's,
yeah.
That's why she like, go marry the black girl. That's all right. Y'all ain't gonna be, just have your little brown babies.
I was funny because I was watching this clip of Trevor Noah, and he was in London over the weekend. He's like, I didn't know that their special day was going to be my special day. And he kind of said what you said the other day. He was like, not for nothing. He's like, but I'm really happy that it was the white side of her family that was like acting up. He's like, when I found that out, I was like, whew. I was like, April just said that the other day.
I like the mother sitting there with her locks and her nose ring.
Yeah.
Like, go ahead, lady. Be yourself.
Yeah.
I guess everyone had to wear that color green. They said something about like the green was like the color of the chair that his mom had. There was a picture of him in or something, or he was sitting on the same chair that the mom had taken like her royal pictures in when he was baptized or something.
Oh.
Yeah, they said it was a lot of little things in
Yeah,
there.
they say like left a seat open for her.
Well, allegedly that's not true because it's like they said that no one is supposed to sit in front of the queen.
I think it was like next to though, wasn't it?
No. She was behind that empty seat, and no one is supposed to sit in front of the queen because the queen is supposed to be seen.
Nah, whatever. I'm not buying that. I like the other story better. I like the other narrative.
It was something else besides it being her birthday. It was a few other things they mentioned.
Oh, it was Megan's birthday?
Princess Diana's birthday.
Oh, was it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It was a couple other things besides the ring. He took the stone
Oh,
from
right.
his mother's ring or
Yes.
something, and then it was her birthday, and then it was It was other in the color. You said the color of the chair. It was something else. I can't remember what. I think she wore the mother's tiara that the mother wore. I think that was hers. Something else they mentioned.
Damn.
A lot of little
He
things.
just like shat all over his brother. His brother probably feels mad. Like, damn,
Unless
I
the
didn't do
brother
any
had
do
things
that.
we don't
I
know
don't
about.
remember that because they never said
They
it.
didn't say.
But I mean, everyone always like really associated him more with his dad, and like besides the fact that he looks more like his father, unfortunately for him. But
Damn.
We're not in England.
He still got married.
are you gonna turn down the throne? Just like in the Coming to America, if you're really a prince, I'll marry you.
No, I don't want to marry your old ass. Take these $500,000 earrings.
But yeah, so I watched a little bit of that. It was nice, and everyone was like, "I'm watching it. It's so amazing." And then everyone else had commentary, like on her dress and her hair was plain and whatever. And then I saw your meme that her hair cost
Hair and makeup.
$18,000.
Well, I don't think it was just her. It was everybody.
'Cause she didn't even barely have any makeup on.
Yeah.
All
Right.
they really did was her eyes and
Yeah.
put a little neutral color on her lips.
Right.
Because you could see her freckles and everything. She didn't really have. And there was some Idris Elba's fiance wife. Who gives a goddamn what that girl had on? She wasn't the prince, the
Right.
marrying the prince.
Wait, what happened?
Because Idris Elba's fiance wore Gucci dress, and
Okay.
then the jacket that goes over the dress.
Yeah.
Look, if you look at it from just looking at the picture real quick, it looks like a cardigan. It looks
Okay.
like a long cardigan because the way it's buttoned
Okay.
and the way it comes down is buttoned. But when you really look at it, it's dress material.
Okay.
But it looks like a sweater.
Oh, okay.
So, and people thought she was underdressed
Oh.
because it looked like a sweater.
Yeah.
But when you really
Maybe
look
that's
at
why
it,
he put that post up.
it is why.
Oh, okay.
Because people was getting, but when you really look at it, it's dressy. It's
Right.
dressy material. Like
Yeah.
everybody didn't have on gowns.
Yeah.
Some people had on like just summer dresses. That's what I thought they,
Yeah.
like just dresses, little swingy dresses and little. Everybody. I mean, I didn't think she was underdressed. She had the hat on. I don't know. I'm assuming all women had to wear hats because everybody had a hat on.
Yeah.
She put the damn hat on. What else, y'all? I mean,
Did Oprah not bring Stedman?
I didn't
Damn.
even know she was there.
Didn't see him.
I ain't see that.
David Beckham was looking fly.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, and what you going? Idris Elba didn't wear that British man outfit that Serena Williams' husband and David Beckham wore.
Mm-hmm.
The little butler suit. He
Although
ain't
he
wear
would have
that.
looked nice in it though.
He wore his Bond suit. He ain't wear that butler suit like the rest of them.
And speaking of the royal wedding, would you want to talk about that meme that you put up on the Bella Beyond Instagram?
What did it say? Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
it was like a meme about Harry invited like his ex-girlfriends to the wedding,
Oh yeah.
and I was like, "Facts, I've done that before." I'm not proud of it, but I've done it. Be like, y'all are in the same.
Not to your wedding though.
No, not to my wedding. Be like, y'all are in the same room. Awkward. On more than one occasion. It just happens. We're all adults. I was like, go, Harry.
But then when you the one marrying him in that situation, you're like, "Hi, I'm Megan.
Right.
How are you? Right. I as well like them. Y'all want a drink? 'Cause, I mean,
I'm ex number 2. Hi.
I clearly won. So.
Right.
That's funny.
But yeah, that was my meme. I thought it was funny. Go, Harry. We have stuff in common.
Oh.
I don't know what. Like, the only thing I wanted to see was her dress, and then I wanted to see like him seeing her walk down the aisle. And I happened to like when I was getting ready, I was like just turning it on, and that's the part it was on, and it was really nice. Like he was just like, "Oh my God, you look amazing" or something. He said something to her,
Yeah, he said you
but it
look
was
amazing.
like very like real. You know what
he said
I mean?
he said you look amazing and I'm lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I heard he said something like they said something where he's like holding her hands or something, and he's like I'm shitting this, or he said something like said they were reading
Muted.
lips.
Oh.
Like I guess like he was just kind of talking to her like he was nervous and like it was just a real natural thing. It wasn't like an uppity thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I didn't see the other royal wedding, but I mean I have an idea that it was very uppity.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, he's a little more laid back than this.
Yeah, he's down to earth.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That's cool. So I saw that. Anything else exciting? I don't know.
Anything else? Anybody?
Not really. Been a pretty bland week. It's raining. I'm gonna build the ark. Day 10. What about you, Martini? Any love on the horizon?
No.
I have to ask.
I don't know why you have to ask.
I don't know, because you could
you
have
know
like,
what the answer is.
You could have been like walking down the street and went into Planet Wings and like the girl of your dreams walked in.
That doesn't change the situation that I'm in, okay? But okay.
Oh, Martini. Right. So, last names.
Yes.
How many of
What's
you have
in
them?
a name? What?
I don't know. I was taking a throwback.
Yeah, so there's two aspects to this. Well, first, how did I? Oh, I think it was around when True Thompson was born, and everybody was going crazy over Kim Kardashian. No, sorry, Khloe Kardashian's kid. So I was
Whose last name is Thompson?
the guy.
Tristan Thompson from the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Oh, is he the one who was cheating?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Then people were like, oh, I can't believe she would do that, and take the name because he's cheating, blah blah blah, whatever. And then I was like, wait, yeah, his name is Thompson. And then I don't know why I became so fascinated with the Kardashian family right then and there.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure that out.
Well, no, it's because they all had kids. So I was just like, okay, there's Dream, and then there's Storm, because it's True Thompson, and then Dream Kardashian. No, yeah, Dream Kardashian. And I was like, well, why is it Kardashian? I was like, oh yeah, because it's Rob's kid. And I was like, oh yeah, that's true. And then all of them added up to the guy getting, passing down the last name.
Oh, that's right. Dream is his kid with Black
China.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and then
Kylie's kid is
Stormy. Yeah, Stormy
And
Webster.
then
Stormy Webster.
Northwest.
Saint West. Chicago West.
Chicago West.
So I was just like, well, but that
They
didn't.
lost me at Chicago.
But that didn't phase me because they're married. So I was like, okay, because Kim is Kim Kardashian West, so it's fine. So I was like, why is that? And then I really couldn't figure out anybody else, and I was like, oh, that is weird. Why is it automatically like the dude? So then I started. I wanted to do this episode, and then I was looking up articles, and then I saw the Real. That what is it? Daytime Emmy Award winning show.
I don't know about that.
It did. It won it.
Really?
Yeah, it won a couple weeks ago.
Some of those girls bother me. Like I like the twin.
Tamara.
Thanks. I don't remember. I haven't really watched it in a long time, so I couldn't tell you.
Mm-hmm.
But some of those other girls bother me. Like the girl who used to be a cheetah girl. Don't like her.
Oh, Adrian
Don't like her.
Bylon.
Don't
Oh
like her.
well, Houghton now.
Yeah, she just got married.
I just ain't understand her marriage to that older man. I just don't get it.
And she was talking about, because she put it on her show too. She was asking the audience like if she should change her name from Bylon to Houghton. And then that's when I fell down the rabbit hole of like last names and all that stuff. So I was like, okay,
I don't even know if that's a question for her if she's married to somebody religious.
Oh.
Religious people. I mean, that's religious people tend to be conservative in that area
Yeah.
as far as family and last names and that proper whole thing.
Yeah.
Not that he might be kind of contemporary and doesn't care what she do, but.
Mm-hmm. So I was thinking about the two aspects, like changing your name when you get married, or which last name should you give your child if you're not married. So I just wanted to talk about those two aspects.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
I asked my boyfriend. I was like, if we ever get married.
When? Because he said eventually, but go ahead.
Yeah, well, I'll say if. I was like, do you want me to take your last name? He's like, sure. I'm like, do you care if I take your last name? And he was like, I don't care. I'm like, okay. Like, I don't know.
And that wasn't satisfactory to you?
I don't know. Like, I don't know. Some people would be like, no, you have to.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then April asked me one day, she's like, oh, if you guys get married, would you take his last name? And I was like, yeah. I like his last name.
Mm-hmm.
If he had a shady last name, I'd be like, eh. Like if it was like Smith, I'd be like, no. But I mean, I lost my vow on the boat, so I'm gonna get it back. No, I don't know. No, I mean, I guess I was always prepared to lose the last name, so it doesn't matter. For Facebook purposes, I'll hyphenate it,
Right.
so my family can find me.
Mm-hmm.
But for everything else, I'll just take his last name.
Okay.
It's gonna be a bitch to do all the paperwork.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. No, it's like literally a bitch.
You have to go every single place
Everywhere.
you use your name.
Like, first you have to go get your marriage certificate. Then you have to go to the Social Security office. Then you have to go to the DMV. Then you have to call all your credit card companies. Then you have to call your company where you work and have to change your company email.
Bank.
The bank.
How do you pay your bills? Electronically or snail mail?
Electronically.
Okay.
I'm not,
No, because I mean, yeah, I do pay my bills electronically, but I still get a lot of snail mail, and every single one of them still says if you want to change your address or name, have this. So that's why I was wondering how hard it really is.
For
since
that,
they keep coming and like, here, change your name, something.
I don't know if you have to give the credit card companies anything. Like, they don't care if you want to call yourself Mickey Mouse.
I mean, if you want a new card issued in that name to match your ID, so if you go somewhere to buy something,
and then you get a new number.
Right.
Then you got to redo all your Netflix and your Hulu.
Right. Because if you want to go somewhere and use that credit card and they ask you for your ID and your ID say one name and your credit card say another name, you might have an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's like
everything got to match your ID, basically.
Yeah.
When a lot of couples, I know when like a lot of couples get engaged or even beforehand, like they'll get a joint checking account with both of their names. Like, because when, like, let's say you go to a wedding, you can't like make, like, let's say I'm getting married.
Yeah.
You're not going to make the check out to like Jennifer, whatever my husband's last name's going to be.
Because it's not your last name.
Because it's not my last name. I won't be able to cash the check.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So you'd have to make it out to me and my last name,
yes.
my maiden name.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Or him and his last name.
Right.
But not like, the opposite way.
The new
put
name.
it in there.
The new name.
Mm-hmm. Right. You can't use the new name yet.
Okay. April.
I asked a long time ago. When my boyfriend first got serious, and we were talking about would you want to get
like
married
before this goes any further.
yeah, and I asked and he said no. He it doesn't matter to him, which like his mom gave her last name, and the sister got his dad's last name, which is
Are they married or they're not?
yeah.
Oh, they are married.
They are, but she didn't change her last name.
Oh.
Which is opposite, because usually people give the boy the father's last name because the boy carries the last name. But
That's interesting. I don't know if I knew that.
But everybody don't live. I don't know if Haiti is a matriarchal or patriarchal society.
Patriarchal.
Okay. But anyway, she didn't change her name. So I know a lot of Spanish countries don't.
Mm-hmm.
Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, those people don't change. They don't take their husband's name. They have their mother name and their father name. Some people do.
Yeah.
But in general, Hispanic and Latino people have their mother name and their father name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't see too many people with the husband name because where I work, it's a lot of Hispanic patients, and none of them have, maybe like Colombian or something like that, but like Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, a lot of places they don't have.
Would it be like hyphenated, like Gonzalez Menendez?
No hyphen, just two names.
Gonzalez Menendez.
It's usually their mother's name and their father's name.
Yeah.
But it's usually no hyphen.
And then
it's
what
just
if
two
they
names.
get married?
They just
Add
mother
another
name.
name?
They
and
added, yeah. My ex-fiance was like that. She had like 3 names on her
Driver's license?
on her
Yeah.
driver's license. Thank you.
Was she going to take your last name?
Yeah.
But I usually just see a lot.
But
of
it would have
people
been just mine. But on the
Birth certificate,
on
driver's
the
license.
whatever on the driver's license it would have tacked on because she had like 3 last names.
Yeah.
I was like, what is this? And
Right.
she was like, oh, they're like
That's
the
my
last
mother's
names. I was
name.
like, oh, okay.
But yeah, usually I see people it's their mother name and their father name.
Right.
So they'll have, Gonzalez Mendez. Most of them have too. But here's the thing: when you have that, people come into the country, whatever the case is, they have that. People change their name half-ass, and it causes a lot of problems. You got to call your insurance company. That's something we left out. It caused billing problems.
Right.
When the hospital got your married name, the insurance company got your maiden name, bill might bounce back. So that's somewhere you got. So a lot of people come and it really frustrates me because it's a lot of fraud. Now you come in here with a passport, say one thing, a green card, say one thing, your insurance card, say one thing, and they bill, and it's or you not that person,
Right.
and I register you. Now that's my ass.
Right.
So and people get attitude. Well, I'm married. I don't care what you are.
Get your stuff
You
in
got
order.
3 different names.
Yeah.
I don't have time for this.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm completely against. Like I said, if it upsets you that much, I'll change the name.
Yeah.
It's not to the point where I'm gonna like not get married.
Yeah.
But I honestly don't want to. I honestly don't want to at all. I just feel like I've been.
Oh, you don't want to change your name? That's what you're saying.
Not
Okay.
at
Okay.
all.
Okay.
Yeah, I just feel like I've had this name for almost 35 years. You call me something else, I'm probably not gonna even know you're talking to me. So you start calling me Mrs. Such and Such, I'm probably not even gonna answer I just I just feel like I came in the world with this name, died with it.
Okay. But now you're different from Jen because you have a child. What is the child's name?
His dad.
His dad's.
Yeah. I gave
Okay.
him his dad's last name.
And it happened. So I mean, I guess you're cool with it.
Yeah, I was okay with that.
Okay.
I was somewhat disappointed that I didn't give him my last name and hyphenate it.
That would have been your ideal.
I didn't think of it. I think thought of it, and then I was like, nah. I thought of it.
Yeah,
And I said,
yeah.
I don't want his name to be that long because he has a middle name,
Oh.
and I just didn't want him. I mean, he doesn't have to necessarily sign his middle name. I just
Right.
didn't want him writing all those names. I just
Right.
honestly think it's a little bit just too much.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't hyphenate my name because I don't want to sign all those names. Because you have
Right.
to sign it.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can't hyphenate your name and say, I'm signing my maiden name today. You're using 2 different names. It's fraud.
Yeah.
Like I don't and I noticed at my job when people come in with all these names, even a man came in and said, I think you have my maiden name in the system. I'm like, what the hell going on? I got your maiden, sir. You're not a maiden, sir.
You're not a maiden, sir.
I'm like, what? He's like, I think you have my maiden name in the system. I'm like, Lord Jesus.
You're like, you don't get one of those, right?
I'm like, one day I'm gonna register the wrong person. Y'all can get me fired. But it was. I'm like, it's too. You go one time, you sign your maiden name on something. You done change your name, all that stuff. You're gonna have problems.
Yeah.
So, and I know a lot of people when you publish, there's issues. People Google you, your married name don't come up. So that's why some people hold back when you're published or you have some sort of thing that's out there.
Yeah.
That you want people to look you up.
Yeah.
It could pose a problem, and I know sometimes when you have a mortgage, problems with the bank. It's hard. Bank gives you a hard time.
Right. Because I wonder how entertainment people do it. Because entertainment people have their entertainment name,
Right.
like like the twin that you like, Tamara.
Mari.
Her name is Tamara Mari. Well, Yes, entertainment name. But written, it's Tamara Mari, like, the husband's last name.
Housley.
Yeah,
something
thank you,
like that.
Housley. Yeah, and that's what she wanted. Because she, just like you, she said she worked for Tamara Amari to be in everybody's mouths,
Right,
So
that's
like
how
she
she's
doesn't
known.
want to take that away, but she wants to add her future as well. So that's why she hyphenated it.
Right.
So
I know some celebrities they sign it whenever they sign documents, but they haven't changed it public, like how they're known. Like, I'm not sure. I think Alicia Keys took name
Swiss
Beats.
name legally, but she just call her Alicia Keys.
Yeah.
But I don't think
Keys isn't her real last name.
Keys isn't her real last
Right.
name anyway. But yeah, like,
Is Alicia even her real first name?
I think it is.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh.
Cook. I think Cook is her last name. But I think some of them sign it, but they don't change it.
Yeah.
Publicly.
Right.
Yeah. But like Wendy Williams, she uses her husband's last name, but
Not on the show.
not Her show
not
is
right.
not the Wendy Williams Hunter show.
Yeah.
But when it's going off in the
On the
credits,
credits,
you
it says
see
Wendy Hunter.
Wendy Williams Hunter.
Oh.
But
Okay.
I remember one day she said, like, "Oh, we're in a restaurant and they say the Hunters. I want it to be all of us." I'm like, "Okay, Wendy." Give her a rat's ass.
You're like, I just want to eat.
Yeah, I don't give a rat's ass who you call us. Let me get to my table.
Right.
But yeah, no, I just need to stay. I think it do kind of, like, I heard women say too, they don't want it on their doctorate or their degree. Like, they work for that degree. I want my name on it. My husband don't have nothing to do with my degree or with my job or whatever. So,
Yeah.
I guess depending on if you get that after you're married.
Oh man, I'd have to change my social work license.
Because what you were talking about before on the real, Jeannie Mai, she was adamant. She was like, no. Well, she was like, I'm not doing that because that's my Vietnamese name. My dad came here from another country,
Right.
all that stuff. So this is my name, and that was like, she said that was one of the things that she had to tell her husband, that he
From the beginning.
can't have any, there's no budging. That, and not having kids and other
Right.
things. Because I remember I was reading a comment on here, which I wrote, which I'll say later. But like, there was a lot of things that she was like, this is how it has to be, blah, blah, blah. But like, the last name was very,
Right.
she was very adamant about it. I was just like, damn.
I was just thinking that too. If you from, I forgot about her, that you had mentioned her, but if you like Asian and your husband Polish, all of a sudden you got a Polish
Right.
last name. Where's your culture kind of gets lost there when it name wise.
Yeah, name wise.
Right, my last name was already culturally butchered, so I have no real attachment to it. I'm supposed to have like a couple vowels at the end, and they're not there.
But some
Sure.
people don't have attachment to it, even if when it is.
Right,
Some
that's
people
true.
like it's just a name.
No, yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Some people feel like it's just a name and it doesn't. Like, I've seen, I saw an article, something about it, and in the comments somebody said it was, I guess if you're black, you would get, it was supposed to direct it towards, but it really could be directed towards any. Like you said, when your family came over on the other side and they changed their name, technically it's not your
Right.
great grandparents' name.
Right.
Yeah.
And then somebody had mentioned, oh, it's just a plantation owner name. It's just a slave master name. But you have to know your family history to know if that's your slave owner's name.
Right.
Because some slaves, when they were freed, they changed their name. They changed their name to what they wanted to be.
Yeah.
And some slaves changed their name to the name of the Quakers who helped them escape. So if you don't know your family history, you don't know the history of your name.
Damn.
Yeah.
Now, maybe Jones, William Johnson, that's probably slave owner name. Let's just be real. You probably got the slave owner name. But there's some names that you don't know. Like, if that name sounds a little like, I don't know, this name doesn't sound,
Right.
English. Because a lot of surnames are English.
Yeah.
'Cause that's who owned. So if something doesn't sound English, you might want to look up the history of your family, because your name might not be the slave owner's name.
Yeah.
So you have to know. But I noticed some people did, was like, oh, well, that's not, but then when you think about it, if you change your name, that's not your ethnicity either.
Right.
Like, if you change your name to Jablonski, well, you're not Polish either. So.
Shablatsky. He just came out of nowhere with that one. That was quick.
Right. So it's like, why are you, I feel like that was his last name on 7 Seconds. I don't know why. That's in my head. I think it was
I don't know.
Jablonski, the guy that hit the kid. Anyway.
Maybe.
But it's like if you, you taking somebody else's name, but what you have no cultural. If you're talking about cultural attachment,
Yeah.
or attachment heritage wise or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, you have no. If it's just a name, like a lot of people in the comments, well, it's just a name. So if it's just a name, why do you have to take it at all?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Why does it have to? Why are we discussing it?
Yeah.
It's not just a name. It's really important of whether or not you're gonna take somebody's name. You are changing your identity in a way.
Mm-hmm.
But when you go to the church, right, you just sign the paper. But you're not signing the paper to be Mr. and Mrs. whoever. You're just signing the paper to be married.
Your marriage license?
Yeah.
Yeah, you sign your maiden name.
You sign your maiden name.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Because you haven't changed it yet.
So really, you can get married and then just be like, nah, I ain't got time for this.
Yeah.
And that's it. I mean, technically, people can still call you Mr. and Mrs.
That's petty.
Right.
It's not petty. It's very time consuming.
So is marriage. You got the time.
Slow down.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. Like, I don't think that. This is the thing. If it's important to you, you do it. If it's not important to you, well, it doesn't mean that you're still not Mr. and Mrs. So-and-so. Because you are. You have the marriage bond part of things, the religious part of things, the emotional part of things are still there. The paperwork's not there. Who cares? I mean, I will do it eventually. Mm-hmm. I don't think I'm really going to be like, oh, the next day after I get married, I'm not going to be like,
no. Yeah.
Maybe not even the first month. I'm not even going to be like, oh, I got to get on that.
Yeah.
I can't wait to be Mrs. So-and-so. No, I did the part that I want to do.
Yeah.
So I am Mrs. So-and-so.
Yeah.
But now we have to see.
You're his wife.
I'm his wife.
You're not Mrs.
Right. I don't like when they write Mr. and Mrs. last name.
What would you want?
I feel like that's like an ownership thing. I don't like it.
But that's what people don't want to change their name. That's what they're gonna write. That's
right,
what you become.
So what would you want?
No, that's not the one I don't like. I don't like the one
the
where
first
they
name.
Mr.
They use his first name.
Yeah, Mr. Yeah. Like when they sent an invitation to my mom and dad, they just wrote Mr. Frank Barber. All right, does that
Mr.
right?
and Mrs.
This is Frank Barber.
Oh.
I don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that.
That's just weird.
I don't like that.
That's
but
weird.
That's a customary way to address.
That part freaks me out. The Mrs. and Mr. So and so. That's the difference.
It's ancient, but it's what people do.
Yeah, that's weird. For me personally, I know I would have some type of way if
you feel some type of way.
My significant other would not take my last name. Yeah.
But what does your last name mean to you?
No, it's just that we're a unit, so I want it to be a whole.
So take her would you take her last name?
Is she proposing to me?
Maybe.
She wouldn't. That's I would want the whole family to have the whole name. Now, if she wants to hyphen it, that's good too. But I would not want to just have mine and then her have hers. Because I don't feel it's a whole thing. If it's all my name, sure, and if it's hyphen, my name's still there. You know. Mm-hmm. But if she kept it, I'd be like, fine. but
that's something that was discussed before anyway.
Oh no, absolutely.
Unless the person changed their mind out of the blue.
Like,
what if she was just like, I just don't have time for this?
But that's like, I don't know, like. If I've with Bridget said that her last name is like one of like the last. So I remember a long time ago she said that like no, she would want to keep her thing because I feel that that's a reason. Mm-hmm. But if you're like I'm lazy, what kind of a reason is that? I'm lazy. Then eventually do it.
Right. Okay.
Like, but that's me.
So you're very positive that this is what you want.
Oh, yeah.
There's no budging on that.
Well, I mean, it would take some convincing.
What if you met, like, a girl like Bridget? I mean, who said the same thing. And she was, like, the girl of your dreams, and you guys were going to get married. And she was like, I'm sorry, this is my last name. It's the last name of the family.
Then that's a very good reason for her to keep it.
Okay.
Then, yeah.
So you're kind of flexible on it.
Oh, yeah. Well, if it has to be like that. But if it's like, I'm lazy, or something like what? Get out of here.
Oh, wait, that's the lazy sound.
No, but it is like that's okay. Like
It's funny that
Like,
you should
if you
say,
don't mind taking it and I want you to take it, then take it.
wait, what?
You know what I mean? Like, if you're saying, I really want you to have my last name, and the girl's like, okay, then it's not really fair to say, I don't feel like it. Like, you agreed. So go do all the things you have to do.
Right.
Go
Yeah.
do all the offices and all the
Yeah.
go do all the ripping and running you have to do because you
Ripping and running. Yeah.
you agreed.
Yeah.
The person asked you and you agreed to it. So
apparently
So do
there's
it.
like a thing
Yeah.
now. When my friend just got married, she said that she was gonna do it. Like you pay like $70 or $75 or something, and like you mail them a copy of your marriage certificate, and then they mail you like all the paperwork, kind of that you're gonna need for the various departments, so that you can already have it like pre-done. But then I think you still have to go to do the stuff. I don't know. It's something like that. But it's like a package you could buy to like that helps the process go faster.
Oh, that's cool.
Not really. It's just a money
if
making
if you still got to take it
Right.
there. I just
Unless I
fill
could
it out
just
when I
mail
get
it
there.
in. I mean,
No, but
I don't know.
but it's isn't it how I interpret it is
Me
it's like
too.
a one stop shop thing.
I don't
No.
know.
You know, and there's like and then like they all send it out to all the
No.
Oh no.
You still got to do it.
Oh then then that's
Yeah. I
s-
think also
yeah.
it matters how old you are when you get married.
I was just gonna say
Because
that.
I think it's a very
that's
different
interesting.
thing when you 22, 25, 30, maybe in your 30s.
Yeah.
But when you start hitting 40 and 45 and,
Mm-hmm.
you kind of up there and somebody come talking about changing your name, I don't know. It might, because you might, like, once you enter 40s, you're meeting a woman that might be divorced.
Right.
So may have a little, might already change the name, went back to a maiden name. Now she got to do, that's
Yeah.
that's a lot.
Yeah.
You may meet somebody that has a mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
I heard from a couple of ladies that bank gives you a very hard time when you have a mortgage and you have your paperwork with your taxes with the town and all those things. Like,
Yeah.
it's it starts becoming a lot of money
Yeah.
when you're getting into that. And then you have somebody, maybe she have the same last name, maybe she has a child and she has the same last name as her child.
I was just gonna say
all
that.
these things, and it's like
I was just gonna say if you have a different name than your child, it's gonna be hard to pick them up. Like let's say after school, that might be.
Well, not if you down as their parent. You got to
Really?
be down as their parent. Like, it's gonna say like when you go to pick up your child, their stuff is gonna say Martini John father.
Oh, right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
they know that's your
Yeah.
like
Because that was one of the points that one the women were making. Like, oh, like if your name is different from the kid and all that, like there's a lot of, they were like, whoa,
Okay.
who are you? So
because that could mean an aunt could go in there and pick up your kid that you don't want picking them up because they have the same last name. What if they father sister go in there like, yeah, I'm the mother?
yeah,
Like, what if a family member with the kid's last name? Like, what if you don't take it, but a aunt or a sibling or a cousin go in
Yeah.
there and say, oh, I'm the mother here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they can't just give somebody your kid because their last name is the same.
Right. Go ahead, John.
Okay, so the website is called hitchswitch.com. Hitch as in getting married.
Mm-hmm.
Two guys created it, Josh and Jake. So
Of
this
course.
this is how it works. Platinum is $89. Our team will ship printed name change applications that have been autofilled with your basic information instead of corresponding instructions that will explain how to submit each application and prepaid envelopes for any steps that can be submitted through the mail. Platinum clients also received a dedicated account manager and a free passport photo, which will be redeemed at our sister site, newpassport.com. Full service package is $69. They send you the printed name change applications that have been auto-filled out with your basic information, prepaid envelopes for steps in the mail. I guess it doesn't include the photo. And for $29, you can print it home. You'll have immediate access to name change applications that have been auto-filled with your basic information and set of corresponding instructions that will explain how to submit each application via an online dashboard. So I don't know.
So ask yourselves, what could be mailed in?
Yeah,
What
I
could
don't
be
know.
mailed? What are the things you can mail in a name change?
Credit cards, that's it, really.
Credit card, cable bill.
Yeah, I was just gonna say
Right.
that you can't cable phone.
But
No?
but cable and phone you can do online.
Right.
Right.
So that kind of don't count.
Yeah.
Credit cards you probably can too.
Yeah, probably.
All of these, everything you pay online,
Yeah.
your statement. What if you got paperless? They're not sending you no statement
That's
that
true,
say
too.
if your name changed. Everything I have is paperless. Everything, nothing comes to my house except junk
Right. Yeah.
and the thing from Easy Pass that I own.
Yeah, look at this. It says in person, find the closest Social Security Administration office. Driver's license. Unfortunately, the next step requires a visit to the local DMD. Bank account. Change your name on the bank. Pay them a visit. I'm still going to all these places.
Right. Got to go to the bank. Got to go to Social Security. Got to
Yeah.
go to DMV.
Mm-hmm.
Got to go to the town if you have a mortgage, a deed, if you own a home or anything. Got to go down to the town. Got to go to the bank for that.
This is a list. Passport office, credit card companies, landlord mortgage, post office, car title, voter registration, your attorney, insurance companies, and doctor's offices. I don't know if I want to change my name now. Yo, fuck that shit.
You got time.
And there's so many people. You would be amazed at the people that don't know that they have to that they have to go to social. People don't know.
And have you ever been to a Social Security office?
There's people that literally like, I'm married now. I'm this.
Yeah.
People come to my job and we have to put your legal, whatever is on whatever ID you present to us, whatever is on your insurance card, that's what we have to put in our system.
Yeah.
We cannot put whatever you want to be called that day.
Right.
We have to put what's going to get the hospital paid, which is basically what the insurance company has.
Yeah.
At this point, it doesn't matter what your ID say. It matters what the insurance company has in their system.
Yeah.
In order for the hospital to get paid.
Right.
But there's literally people that was like, oh, do you want me to see my marriage certificate? And what does your marriage certificate have to do with your name changing?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you think because you got
Do
married,
I look like the Social Security office?
right? But people think, there's a lot of people that think because they're married, their name automatically changes.
Yeah.
And they're like, do I have to bring my marriage license, miss? Or your marriage license says you got married.
Yeah.
I said, what does your social say? What do you mean? People literally don't know. I said, what does your social security card say? Well, my social security card says this. And one lady, I wasn't having a good day. Because they're on us. Like, we literally get in trouble if we register somebody and the name ain't right. And all this stuff come up. It's problems. I don't want problems with these people.
Mm-hmm.
Lady, I said, let me tell you something, lady. I said, let me explain. She had all her stuff out. Well, look, I'm this person. Look, throwing it at me. I said, you're 3 different people right now.
Mm-hmm.
This is your maiden name. Then you trying to sign your married name over here. Then you trying your insurance company got some other name. I don't know where that name came from. I'm like, miss, like you're literally using 3 different names.
Yeah.
How do you go through life like this? How do you get your money out the bank?
Yeah.
Like, some people don't even have bank accounts. It's frustrating because I see it at work so much. But people actually do not know that they have to. I was talking to a girl at work. Someone changed my name. I said, you got to go to Social Security, right? Get your new Social Security card, and you got to go to DMV. And she was like, wait, it doesn't just change with my marriage license?
Right.
I was like, no. She was like, oh, I don't know. I'm like, I don't want to persuade you not to. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But she really didn't. Like, people really don't know. And they really are running around here using 3-4 different names.
Yeah.
Because they sign their maiden when they feel like it. They sign their marriage when they feel like it. And they sign their maiden and they married when they feel like it.
Right.
Like, oh, I'll just put both.
That reminds me of that thing from Big. They're like, sometimes she's been spelling her last name. It's like, sometimes she hyphenates it. Oh, wait, what'd she say? She's like, sometimes she hyphenates it. Sometimes she spells the hyphen. I was just like watching the clip the other night before I forgot how it went, but
Technically, that's 3 different names.
Right.
Your name, just your regular name you were born with. Then your name, first name, your married name. And then your first name and your maiden name and your married name. It's 3 different names.
Damn.
Yep. You gotta decide what, and I said to one lady, decide what name you want to use, miss, and stick to it.
that's when a lot of people get divorced. They don't change it either. Change it back.
They don't change. Yeah.
All right.
And then when you get remarried, comes the drama. Because now you got like another.
Do you have to change it back and then forward, or?
Some people keep the name, but that's messy.
Oh, that they
How
keep.
would
That they
you
keep.
feel?
That they keep. Oh wait.
If you married a divorced woman
And
that
she
hadn't
and she
changed,
kept the married
still
name.
just didn't change back to a maiden name. She just hadn't done it. And now y'all gonna get married. You want to have your last name. She says, okay, I have your last name. I'll just use my old married name and your name.
Oh, hyphen the old married name and my name?
Yeah.
Oh, nah, chill. Nah. Nah.
I met a woman at my old job. She had that because she had a condo, and the bank was giving her problems. So she had the married name and the new name. But I don't even think she changed it legally. If they giving you a problem putting your maiden name back, then you're not going to hyphenate it. That's still a problem.
Because the thing that let's say I even get over that, right? That she has the married old name and then my name.
Right.
You want us to have kids, and you want my kids to have old dude's name? You know, like
or
if
maybe
they're hyphen.
just yours.
All right, well, okay.
But then people gonna call her, like Mrs. Smith John.
Yeah. I'm like, nah.
She was John. Change that shit today.
For real. One thing that I don't like, because like you know how you said that you don't like Mr. and Mrs. Frank, blah blah blah. I don't like it when girls do the whole thing like, well, I don't want to change my name. Why don't you change your name to my name? I'm like,
I've seen guys like
why
do that though.
Why? What? Like that doesn't even make any sense.
There's a guy on my Facebook that I went to school with, and he took her last name, but he hyphenates it so
hers comes last.
Yeah.
Because the thing that popped in my head was the Married at First Sight last year. Remember with Anthony and Ashley?
Yeah.
Because she had a real problem changing her name because she was like, I'm a feminist and I'm not going to do that. Blah, blah. Why don't you change your name to my name? And he was like, what? It's like, no.
But I just feel like if you're saying you don't want to change your name, why does anybody have to change their name then?
Did you ever look up where this derives from?
I believe it's just tradition. Just because
probably from the English.
Another thing that I've heard too is that going by what you're saying, but like the complete opposite is like you were saying why should people change their name in the first place, right? I've heard while I was doing research that people don't take either name and make a completely new name. Like let's say if you're Smith and I'm Jackson. We'll go by
Smithson.
Something like Smithson or something like that.
Just some random,
just a new name, and I'm like, I don't like that either.
You still going through the same changes you go through taking your husband's name.
But now that name has no connection to anything.
No connection at all, unless you're gonna find something that both of you like it make it mean something.
Sure,
but it's still why change at all? Why can't you just be who you've been all this time? And you just stay your name and I stay my. If don't nobody want to change their name, then everybody stay who you already are.
Everybody freeze,
right? Because you don't want to change my name to my name, but you want to just change it randomly.
Yeah.
Because now that you put an official name change, now you got to get a new birth certificate. You officially changing your name.
Oh yeah, right.
Now you got a new birth certificate.
Yeah.
Now you got to put an ad in the paper for $200, letting everybody know you done changed your name in case you owe people. Like you have to do an official name change.
Yeah.
Both of y'all. Now that's $400 out your little household money. $400 and a lot of money because now you got to get a new birth certificate. That's money.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like that.
You got $200. Each of y'all got to put $200 notice in the paper. That's $400.
Wait, is this for real? You gotta put notice in the paper?
When you're doing a legal name change, like when you change your name on your birth certificate, you gotta put it's $200 to put a notice in the paper. When you're gonna change your name on your legal name change.
Wait, do you have to change your name on your birth certificate if you get married?
No.
But a legal name change, like if you don't want to be Jennifer no more, you want to be Nicole Barber. No. Legal name change.
No.
You gotta pay $200. You gotta.
What were you gasping over there for, Jen?
Go to court.
April's right. I mean, not that I didn't think she was right. But they said it was early medieval England. And people were known by one of their names, their Christian name, such as Thomas or Anne, which was conferred at baptism. But as population grew, it got tiresome trying to distinguish them among the many Thomases or Annes, or Richard or Mary. So surnames arose, which often based on lineage, such as Williamson, occupation such as Smith, or local such as York. Still, the matter of wife taking a husband's surname did not surface in England's common law until the 9th century.
Damn.
When lawmakers began to consider the legalities surrounding personhoods, families, and marriage. Thus, as they would say, The doctrine of converture emerged, and women were therefore considered one with their husbands, and therefore required to assume their husband's surname as their own. Basically, they're saying that they had no independent legal identity apart from their spouse.
Mm-hmm.
Don't like it.
Women were property, basically.
Right.
Well, yeah,
Right. Property.
Yeah.
That's like
Isn't that why the dad gave away the daughter?
Yeah.
Isn't that
And
like part of it?
sometimes certain cultures you had to give money, basically. Like some people call it dowry. I
Yes.
think, and then some or bride gift or bride something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was reading some comments from the many videos that I watched for the reels for them to talk about it, and one says, somebody had the same example as Jen, and this person's name Michelle, and she said, the only thing that bugs me is this: when some people introduce a couple, they say Mr. and Mrs. John Smith. It's when they try to completely take away the woman's first name, like he is the only important one. In the end, though, it does matter between the couple. No one else is allowed to make that choice and should stay in their own life. Like me personally, nope, I will not take anyone's name. This is my name, I love it, and that's that.
Who said that?
Some chick on the comment.
Okay.
on the comment
I
section
thought one
of
of
YouTube.
the hosts said it.
Oh, no. And I wrote down so I wouldn't forget. A friend of mine is currently going through that too. She doesn't like that whole Mr. and Mrs. thing, and she feels as it's a loss of identity. So like, yeah, she's married, and I always call her by the husband's name because I know, not that she doesn't like it, but just because I know that she likes to keep her name, and I'm just like
busting her chops.
Yeah, I'm just busting her chops. So another comment says, in a lot of Asian cultures, it is totally normal for women to keep their last name. I'm Vietnamese, and like Jeannie, I probably keep my last name. I get what Lonnie is trying to say about a couple becoming one, just like Jen just said. However, to me, I feel like my last name carries my Vietnamese culture and my own self-identity. I think that's where Jeannie is coming from too. This person's really angry. This person says, if the hubby wants a last name changed, he can change his. I am not your damn property that needs to be tagged. So.
All right.
I just think women
Yes.
gotta understand. I don't think anything's wrong with it either way, depending on how you feel.
Yes.
But and what you and your husband discuss. But I just think women and men gotta understand it. It is a not some like whatever age you are for those years. I mean, especially if you're over 30, over 35. Like people are gonna be. It is a little identity shock. People are gonna be addressing you as something else. Like people. Like you're gonna be like she's gonna be like if she was Alice Smith, people gonna say Mrs. John now.
Yeah.
Not Miss Smith no more.
Yeah.
Probably not even Alice. It's just gonna be Mrs. John. Or you Martini's wife. Oh, Mrs. John.
Yeah.
Sometimes people go through that even if they haven't changed it.
Yeah.
I had a friend I just saw her today. She said she didn't change her name because her state license was was being processed.
Right.
And she was like, I'm not even gonna do that with New Jersey right now. So she kept her maiden name. And her and her husband went somewhere, and they called him Mr. her last name because they assumed that was his last name. And she just rolled her eyes like, oh, for God's sakes.
And thank you for bringing this up. That was another thing that I forget. With me, yes, other than the whole like one thing, I want everybody to be the last name. I feel that it is a change in the relationship. Like the woman was whatever, Mrs. Smith, and now Miss Smith, and now she's Mrs. Boom. Like it's a change. You are now married. That's how I feel. So,
but you could be Mrs. with your maiden name.
You can?
Yeah.
How does that make sense?
You could be Miss. You can be Mrs. is the title for a married woman. That's separate from
the name.
Yep.
That's interesting.
You could say I could say I'm Mrs. April Warren, even though people assume that's my married name.
Yeah.
But you can still put that title onto yourself.
Oh shit!
Without changing your name, you can just say I'm Mrs. now because Mrs. indicates you're no longer single.
Got you.
A miss is single. It's a single woman. It's just indicating you're not single. But
Okay.
people will assume
Yeah.
that's
yeah.
your married name,
Yes.
but they shouldn't.
Yeah.
You're
yeah.
just
yeah.
saying Mrs. as in I'm single.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like plural or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. But yeah, but that's my. I feel like it's okay. Boom. Like there's the
That's
change.
part of part of the unity.
That's part of the change. You are now Mrs. Boom. Like all right, cool. That's what I like. But
Mrs. B. Not
Well-
not Barbara.
No, yes, I still have the same initials.
yeah,
Pretty
so
to
that's
go.
good. You don't. You don't need to change anything.
I just signed my initials on most things anyway, so
You'll
it's not like my
you'll
signature's
be-
gonna change.
You'll be Mrs. B. Like some people call your mother Mrs. B.
Yeah.
You'll be Mrs. B like your mother again.
Ugh.
Like I'm becoming my mother.
Here's one that was we were talking about off air. There's another comment saying every time Jeannie talks about her and Freddie, which is her husband, she's always like the one major thing I asked of Freddie, but it's like 5 things. What did Jeannie even sacrifice for Freddie? She talked about how she got to keep her last name. She won't have kids. Freddie has to be down with Vietnam. He has to get along with all her family. He can't have her closet space. Like, damn, Jeannie. That was one. And then I found out.
The way you acted it out.
No, but then I found out that she got divorced, and the major thing was because,
Closet space.
yeah.
No.
Where was he gonna put his Jordans? No, but like it was because she wouldn't give him kids, and they were married for 10 years.
10 years. And
Wow.
according to her, that was something she brought up from the get-go, that she didn't want kids.
And then so they got divorced, and then 6 months after the divorce, him and his girlfriend got pregnant. I was just like, damn.
Aw, that's how that works.
I was like, wow, that's crazy.
But you really have to, you meet somebody and they tell you off the bat they don't want kids. Like,
It's not a secret.
that's pretty messed up on his part, because it's not like they were married for 5 years. She said, nah, I don't want kids. I changed my mind.
Right.
That I can see that ending in a divorce, but I can also see it.
Because you can't even compromise with that.
Right. I
It's
can
like-
also see it ending when you get older. As you get older, you're not who you was 10 years ago. Now you want children.
Yeah.
I can see that happening too.
Maybe that's what he was hoping for.
It probably
Oh, for her to change her mind?
changed her
Yeah,
mind,
but that's a
and
really big thing to like.
that's his fault.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just like, damn. Yep.
But people, even though she's not saying what she sacrificed it for him, doesn't mean she didn't. She's just always saying from her point of view what I asked of him.
Right.
But maybe going into what he asked of her may seem a little personal. Maybe she would think that's something for him to say.
Right. Very
But
true.
I'm sure she's probably sacrificed a lot for him. Maybe not, but usually women do. Look at Miss Megan. Her whole life done.
Who?
Meghan Markle.
Meghan Markle.
Oh, Miss Megan.
No more acting. No more.
What's Tyra's last name?
I asked somebody that. No, I asked
Oh, yeah, you're right.
today at work. Nobody knows.
Maybe he doesn't have a last name.
What
They
the fuck is
just
her
get.
last name?
They
It's just
get.
Prince Harry of
They just get.
my town
Oh, you
or
think-
whatever.
They just get called
and-
their
Duke and-
titles.
Yeah.
Duke and Duchess of Sussex.
Sussex.
Yeah, they just get called their titles. I asked somebody, do anybody know? Because one lady
Hold on.
called herself breaking it down for all of us how the royal family work. So I'm like, well, what's their last name? Since you did all this research.
Right.
Okay, Google.
Okay, yeah, you look that up. I got another thing. So there was this article from glamour.com. It said, should you change your last name when you get married? Here's how 9 women decided. One of them said, blah, 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 blah.
Henry Charles Albert David.
So David is the last name? The Davids?
Megan David.
Okay.
Or is she going to be... Why does he have his daddy's whole name? Or is she going to be Megan Albert David? Oh, maybe that's...
This one woman said, I debated the idea of changing my name for an entire year before we got married. But in the end, and despite lots of outside opinion, I chose to keep my name. It was a name I was proud of. I battled so many obstacles and celebrated so many achievements in life with my maiden name. I wrote 2 children's books, built a business, grew into a confident adult, etc. The idea of changing my name felt like a complete disconnect from my identity. I didn't want to feel detached from the person I had spent so many years trying to become, the person I was so proud of. I didn't want to live a brand new life or start fresh, as some pro-changing friends tried to argue. My marriage was an opportunity to enhance the life I was already living, not a means to leave behind my old life and pretend it never existed. Alyssa, 24.
That's something similar to what it wasn't about last names.
Yeah.
But Will Smith had said something along the lines of
Will Smith is like doing a lot of cool videos lately.
he said something along the lines of, even though we look at it as a fresh start or starting a new life, which in a way is right, but he kind of something along the lines of, like, you go on your own journey.
Yeah.
Each separate person goes on their own journey, and then you kind of come together with who you are. Like the two of you, I'm kind of using some of his words and some of mine, but basically he was saying, you know, each person go on their own journey, and then when you meet, like when you come back to each other, that person.
Okay.
You know, and I guess it's another way of saying too, your husband or wife can't make you happy. It's not going to happen. That was part of what he was talking about in the video too. Somebody's not going to make you happy. So basically you have to go on your own journey in life, make yourself happy.
Yeah.
Then you meet and y'all be happy together. That's basically what's his point. You go on your own journey, you get to your own level of happiness, whatever it is, find out what does it and get it done. And then y'all just be happy together. But the two of you making each other, because people have been under this fairy tale, this fantasy, I'm going to meet somebody and we're going to make each other happy.
Yeah.
And it's just wrong. It's not going to happen. Like, and that's a really heavy burden to put on somebody.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, cause what if, and cause then you have to think, well, what if you're not happy? Then it's something I'm doing.
Yeah. How about if you don't laugh at my jokes?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Or, you know, like, well, what if you're just really like things have happened in your life and you're sad about those things? The person can't fix them.
Yeah, yeah.
And if that's what makes you sad, the only thing that's going to make you happy is for you to fix them, fix those things.
Yeah.
And the person can't fix them for you.
Yeah.
And then it makes people feel like, well, if I make you happy and right now you're sad and I can't fix it, then what am I doing wrong?
Yeah.
Something's wrong with me.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's like, yeah, you starting anew but you are coming to somebody kind of a package.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're coming to this person like this is, and when some people's case, when I come to you as a package, that's name and all. Like I'm coming to you kind of a separate entity. We're going to join together, but I'm this whole person, you're that whole person, and we just joining together. But some people do like that. It's like you starting new, like all that's left in the past, and that's kind of a little, that's a little kind of like unrealistic.
Yeah.
So the name thing is really confusing. That may not even really be his name. All the kids have like different names. The brother has a different last name, but this article here is saying that Megan will be given a title, and they would expect to be Lord or Lady Mountbatten Windsor. It's hyphenated. Yeah, I don't know. It's very confusing. Like, it has to do with like everyone's like last name and like the kids. Hold on, the kids have like it's gone now. The kids have like a different name. Like their last name is Lewis, and Harry's brother's last name is Lewis. But then the little girl who she had, like her last name is Diana. It's really weird.
So maybe it's the whatever your gender, the last person. You know what I'm saying? Like.
I don't know.
Like, you know what I mean?
That's not a middle name. That's our last name.
I don't know. It was one
not
thing was
like
like Wikipedia. One thing was like an article. So
it's not like any of them need last. They ain't going to school. You know, they got somebody come in there and teach them in the castle. They got school records.
Look at the kids' names on the bottom, like the list of people.
So another piece of this article.
It seems like this they first, middle, and last. They middle names and last name. Cause I thought her name was Diana Spencer.
Who? Princess Diana?
Yeah, I thought her name was Spencer.
Well, she would have a regular name, wouldn't
Yeah,
she?
she would have a name.
Yeah,
because she not royalty.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so
but the queen name is hyphenated too. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Rose, her name is hyphenated. Oh, this shit is weird. Whatever. Like I said, these people don't go to school. These people ain't going to regular doctors. They need no records outside of their castle, really. So why would they even need last name?
I wonder what they say when they get in trouble. Like, do they say like the whole name? You know how like when you're really in trouble, your mom will say like your first and middle name,
Right.
but like Mountain Back Windsor, blah 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 blah.
Duchess of York.
Get your ass over here.
It's like, actually, I'm the Duchess of Sussex. Get it right, Mom.
Like, are you going to beat me now?
Mm.
I'm going to tell father and grandmother.
Well, and grandmother. But yeah, another piece says, my wife and I hyphenated our last names because we each wanted to keep our family name and take on the others to create a new name just for the two of us. We won't have any kids, so we weren't worried about passing down a hyphenated name for the next generation to worry about when they got married. Mari, 36.
So they both had to go to Social Security?
Together.
Young love. I don't know.
I can imagine, too, it's a different conversation for couples who don't want children.
Yeah. But I guess it depends. Like, some people are, like, dead set on it. Sometimes it has to do with religion. Sometimes it has to do with your personal preference. But I don't know. I guess it's not super necessary. And it's a lot of work. And it's not about being lazy. It's just about, if you know who you are, what you are, like, why go through all the legal mumbo jumbo? I don't know if I'm going to do it now, to be honest with you.
Well, you don't have to because you didn't care.
I mean, April's like a hard no, but I'm like, I don't know right now.
I would agree.
No, but-
like, I've heard that if the person's in the military, you have to. So I would do it for that, because if something happened to your ass, I need that check. I'm just keeping it real. You know, you sit and have children and have all these bills. People die, bills go on, and you're in the military. So
Yeah.
chances are, you might die.
Mm-hmm.
You may not, but you might.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's like, nah, I'm gonna need the military to run me that check. So I'll go ahead and change it and then I think to live on base, like all that stuff got to be in line.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think, like, if it's not, I was okay with it if it's really gonna bother you that bad, I would have hyphenated it. Mm-hmm. I really don't want to sign all that. I just don't. Mm-hmm. But like, if it's really, like, I told him, if it bothers you that bad, I'd hyphenate it.
Could you hyphenate it and then, like, does it have to be hyphenated on all your credit cards, everything?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
You still gotta go through the same stuff.
Oh my god.
Yep. Same stuff.
One last one. It says, I've changed it more for the fact of having the same last name as my future children rather than my husband. Traveling with children is much easier when their last name matches their parents'. If traveling alone with children whose last name does not match yours, you sometimes have to provide a notarized letter that the child is indeed yours. Molly, 31.
Not true.
Okay.
Even if my kid has the same last name, if daddy ain't there, you going international with that kid, you need the notarized letter saying the kid can go. Mm. You need a notarized letter from the father saying that kid can go with you. Even if y'all had the same last name. Mm-hmm. He got to give permission that the kid can get on the plane with you, same last name or not. Because my friend's mom, when they took her little brother to Costa Rica, the mother he has the father. They all had the same last name. Yeah. They had to have the father had to no, they don't. Never mind. Then they didn't. They weren't married. But she still had a notarized letter. Right. But I believe that but if you carrying a copy of the birth certificate,
then you good.
I'm on the birth certificate as his mother. What do I need if you got to carry paperwork anyway.
Right.
If I have a copy of his birth certificate that says I'm his mother.
And your ID.
Right.
Yeah, but that's BS anyway, because, like, what if you adopt a kid, the kid doesn't have your name?
Well, then show the adopted thing, right?
I guess it depends if it's foster or adopt. I guess if you adopt, they could take your last name, but if you're foster care,
but I mean, you'll bring that record, the adoption record.
Just bring the birth certificate.
No, but you
That's
said
kind of fucked up.
I think when you adopt a kid, you go on the birth certificate.
You go on the birth certificate?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
They get a new birth certificate with the adopted parent's name on it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but because you need something proving that you can't walk around with court papers. Some people do, actually.
Yeah.
Some people come to the hospital, they have to bring them for us to scan, or they can't just consent to that kid getting treatment. So, but just sometimes you adopt a kid when they're 6 or 7.
Yeah.
That kid's probably not gonna have. You can. That's a legal name change. You got to pay $200. change the kid's name, change the kid's birth certificate.
Yeah.
I mean, if the parents are alive and all that stuff, maybe, sometimes people adopt a niece or nephew, they just leave the kid, name their father's name or mother's name or whatever. But if you're traveling with a kid, it doesn't matter if you have the same last name or not. You still have to prove you're that kid's parent.
Yeah.
I say again, what if you're the kid's aunt taking the kid without the parents' permission? And y'all had the same last name? What if you're the father's sister and you done kidnapped the kid? They gonna let her through all the gates because she got the kid last name?
Right.
That's not cool. Family members adopt kids all the time, so it does. The last.
But how would security know to stop a kid? Like, let's say you have your kid, right, and you go into Costa Rica. Why would they be like, no, that's not her kid? Why would they stop you if you're with the kid? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I never travel internationally with him, but I'm curious why.
Or not even international. Like what?
I don't know.
You're going to Texas.
I don't think domestic. I don't think they bother you.
Oh, that sucks.
I mean, they might.
Right.
It's a chance they might. I mean, maybe if they see something. But like you said, why would they? But internationally, you're going through customs.
Right.
So they ask more questions.
Yes.
Is this your kid?
Yeah.
The kid's passport? Like I said, if it's two last names, yeah, maybe they will say.
You couldn't even get a passport, right, without the baby's father.
We both had to be there, or I had to have a notarized letter. So even if I had the last name, if I would have took him, I would have still needed a notarized letter saying that the father saying he had his permission for him to get a passport.
What if you couldn't find the father? No, what do you do?
Or how about if the dad is not in the kid's life?
You're like, I don't know
do
where
in
his
that
ass
situation, because my coworker's daughter, my coworker's granddaughter's father's in jail. But she said that the day the health department people come into the room to get the information for the birth certificate, he didn't have no ID, so he's not on the birth certificate. So the daughter was able to get the passport without him being present. But if he was on the birth certificate, she probably would have had to go get something from the court or the jail or something.
Wow.
Damn.
Just saying he's incarcerated and.
But you know what? I mean, it is a lot of extra work, but it's probably better that the laws are like that. Because, I mean, like, people try to, like, take kids and stuff like that.
Oh, no,
People
absolutely.
try to kidnap their own kids from the other parent. Yeah.
Right.
Very true, too.
But I'm sure when you're going through customs, that's probably something you have to
Wait,
have.
did your
going
son have to get a
international.
little baby passport photo?
Yeah.
She's like, I got it. I don't know why that's funny to me.
Oh, my God! Oh, my God. He's so cute.
Yep, there it is.
You got the other Haitian sensations, too. You ever try to kidnap them? This is what y'all going to see on the news.
Oh, damn.
He stuck his in my wallet, too. I'm like, okay, if you two ever go missing, I guess that's what I'll use.
Wow.
I'm like, why do you have these like jailhouse photos?
That's funny.
Yeah. He stood on the chair. At first, she told his dad to hold him like this, but he wouldn't let go of his dad's shirt. So then she said, stand him on. So he stood on the chair. He's like, so and that's when it happened.
I'm at his passport photo looks like better than like mine.
I look like my name is Pookie in my passport photo.
Wow.
Like my locks were short and one was like sticking up. Like I can't wait to take another picture next year.
No, that's very interesting that both of your men were just like, pertaining to if they'll take this. I would think that would be more along the lines of me, but I guess that's cool. I really thought there'd be more of a struggle there, but it's like, whatever.
He was a little like more not concerned because I was okay with it, but his kid having the name,
right?
His name,
yeah.
That wasn't really like. I mean, not that he wouldn't negotiate, but he wouldn't have. They would have, I guess, put up a fight.
Mm-hmm.
I would have said no. I'm giving him my last name.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been, I guess, not desirable. But he, they that one, maybe too, because his mom didn't change hers, so maybe that had some influence on him. Because his mother kept her maiden name,
right? Interesting.
But I know they treat your kid's birth certificate different when you're not married. Goes to a different office.
Yeah, you were saying that before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I don't care what office. Can you send us so we get this kid some freaking medical insurance? I ain't got time for this antiquated shit.
It's all money making scam.
Mm-hmm.
So, final words, Jen. You don't know now. Because at the beginning you were like, yeah, I would, but now April. April's like, girl.
I feel like Jen will go somewhere and they'd be like, "Are you the same?" Jen's like, changed it.
I think like I might refer to myself as Mrs. So and So, but
in all legal
cheating
legalities and realities.
But in all legal, yeah, I'll be.
It's cheating. It's cheating the system.
Jen Barber, or I can throw my
Mrs. Jennifer Barber.
Mrs. Jennifer Barber, or I'll throw my confirmation name in there.
Whoa.
Bam. Naja.
Wow. All right.
I don't know. We'll cross that bridge if we come to it.
Well, future wife, if you're listening, if I ever go down that road, you know what's up. So
you gotta have a damn good reason for Martini to excuse it.
For real, you trying to break up this home? So already starting trying to break up this home.
Like, no, Teeny, I'm gonna keep my maiden name. Yeah,
what if she's perfect
about
Martini?
this wedding stuff?
Then she's not.
Oh my god, Martini, you're gonna be like the Bachelor.
Okay then.
Like at 50.
Hey, I'm gonna be sacrificing
what?
My house.
Not necessarily.
Yes,
no.
I would because it'll be quote unquote our house, but all I'm gonna have is like one closet and the man cave. That's it. What? Okay. What in this house is your man's?
Anything he wants.
That's not what I asked.
No, really.
I said no. I said what in this house is your man's? I don't see anything of his here. I see a lot of your stuff.
Well, that's because he has his own house right now. Mm-hmm. But when we have our house,
then he'll be able to put his stuff anywhere he'd like.
He wants.
Is that? Oh, good. I'm gonna hold you to that because it's recorded.
I don't really care about that stuff. Like, I'm not an interior decorator. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not good at any of that stuff. Like, if he's like, "Oh, let's get like a red sectional leather sofa," I'll be like, "All right, let's do it."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean,
I literally want my own bathroom. I want a she shed in the backyard.
Yo, April is like.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
April
so
is so on the she
if she
shed.
wants all that stuff,
I'm not gonna have my own bathroom. I'm just saying, that's one. I am gonna have me a she shed. I'm not gonna have my own bathroom.
What's a she shed?
It's like a man cave, but it's a little hut you put outside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no boys are allowed in there.
Okay.
Or a finished attic. I'll take that.
Okay.
Probably not gonna have my own bathroom because houses are expensive in New Jersey. Right. I'll deal with that. Mm-hmm. But I want my own closet or my own side of the closet.
Right.
And you keep your side of the closet. I'd rather have my own closet.
Okay. You would rather have your own closet or your own bathroom?
My own bathroom.
No pause.
You can sit on the toilet without looking.
But okay, would you want your own bathroom or would you like the she side and he side? You know what I'm saying? Like he has his own sink, you have your own sink.
No, because
you know,
the
those
he
big
side
things?
always comes over to the
own
she
bathroom.
side.
Really? The he side? I would think the she side goes the other way.
I have never seen so much mouthwash in a sink since I moved in with my boyfriend. Why?
So you couldn't just
run the water?
Yo, this is the question I ask myself on a daily, and I try so hard. The homicidal rage that builds up when I see that, it is disgusting to spit out
the mouthwash.
Or then the stuff that's in your teeth sometime, or the food that's floating around in there, all that come out too.
Yeah.
It ain't even 10 seconds. It ain't 10 seconds. Flip the water on, rinse, and turn it off. It really ain't. I can't. Own bathroom. I'll sacrifice my she shed. I will sell my soul to the devil himself if I can have my own bathroom.
Damn.
All right then.
People don't squeeze the toothpaste from the bottom. I just don't understand. I can't. Why? Why can't you put the toilet seat down? Why?
All right then.
So
there you go.
There's that.
All right. So April wants her own bathroom. Jen is still undecided on her last name. And future wife, you know what's good.
Anybody write us if they can figure out I can have my own bathroom in New Jersey without paying $400,000 for the house?
Damn. Yeah.
Seriously.
Wow.
Write us. Where can I live?
Maybe you can get a bathroom in the she shed.
Nah, that's too far.
I
April
want
would
it
go.
off from my bedroom. Maybe the bathroom.
gotta go
on the
outside.
basement.
I know they
He
have-
could go down to the basement. And use the bathroom.
I have like master bedrooms with like en suites, but I don't know if they have like master bedrooms with like 2 en suites.
Right. That's
Yeah.
Sometimes you could get like a master bathroom, then there's a bathroom in the hallway.
Or you
Shower
gotta get a
bathroom.
house with a master bathroom and a basement. Like he can make his man
Like a
cave
full bath.
with a full bath.
Yeah.
I saw a couple houses in Bloomfield with a full bath. The bathroom actually in this one house I saw was nicer in the basement than it was like on the main level of
Because
the
that's
house.
probably the one they did and
Yeah,
designed and everything.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I would just live down here. The lady's like, you can make your master bedroom in the basement. I was like, no.
Because that's
Yeah.
when you can have like the jacuzzi tub and then the shower with the 6 shower heads.
That's what I want. I want the whole thing. Like whenever I get a house, it's a necessity that I want like the ensuite, the jacuzzi, and the shower thing.
Separate shower, yeah.
I want that whole shebang, whatever it's called. I want that. I want that. That's amazing.
How much
I would
is
get
this
rid of
at
my tub for
Costco?
double sinks, though.
You what?
I would get rid of my tub for double sinks.
For double sinks. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't understand. It's just so dirty every time. And then I'll wipe it with like a Clorox wipe, and then the next day it's just green again. Okay.
Oh man.
That
Well,
makes sense.
all right. So this was a good episode. It was a very good episode. I thought there'd be more animosity, to tell you the truth.
Why? Oh,
I don't
like,
know.
we're women. We need to keep our names.
Yes, because
No.
that's all I've seen. Like I have a whole bunch of comments just straight like that, and also like the real. They were all like,
I think it's like cool to be a feminist now. I don't know.
Most women I know said they would change their name.
Mhm.
I don't know too many women who said they're not changing their name.
I've heard some women just like, yeah, I'll change my name. What's the big deal? Like they were looking forward to it because of
Yeah.
my thing. Like it's the change.
I think it makes
you know?
people feel more married.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But doing this, they're like, I ain't doing that. I'm you don't own me, or like, or whatever. Like, oh, I'm a feminist. We don't have to do that anymore. Blah blah. I was like, does it have to be all that? You know?
Yeah. I think too. For me though, to me, names are important to me. Like I just
Yeah.
feel like names. It's like that's what's going on your birth certificate. That's what's going on your tombstone.
Yeah.
That's what's going the paper. You get arrested. Like a lot of your 100% of your reputation is about your name.
Yeah.
Like what people call you.
Mhm.
It's not So I think your name is important.
Yeah.
So I think, but like I said, most women I know that say they're gonna change their name, no hesitation, no.
I do think it, like you said, the age, and I did read that too. The age has a lot to do with it. Like, once you're like halfway through your life, like over 30, you're just like,
Like I've been called this my 35 years. I just
like if you're in your
can't.
20s and you're like, you do it like the textbook way, then it's like a different story.
Right.
But
I think too, everybody goes on such a difficult journey to discover who they are and be comfortable in their own skin, that just come along with it too. Like this is who I am. I'm coming to you who I am.
I wonder what Taraji P. Henson will go by.
I don't
legally.
Yeah, whatever she signs.
Yeah.
She might change it. I don't.
Because I want
Definitely not publicly.
not to say that what you guys are saying are false.
why
but
is she marrying that fine man?
yeah,
Yeah,
she
he
just got
proposed.
engaged.
Oh,
on Mother's
good
Day.
God.
She got engaged. I don't think that's gonna last. But anyway, I wonder what.
I wonder if she
I
really
wonder
acts
if
like
I wonder
Cookie.
if your thing, your not hypothesis. I mean, it's a fact. But I want to know if she will do that as well.
How old is she?
Over 40.
She's like 46 or 47.
Yeah, I
isn't
think
she?
it's around there. Yeah,
How old is he?
I think 37.
Oh, okay.
I wonder, he probably doesn't care.
She doesn't look 47, so that's part of it. I guess.
That's good for her.
Right.
But I mean, a lot of I don't I'm trying to think if I ever saw like a movie. The only thing I can think of offhand is Kim Kardashian in that movie. I think she was Kimberly West or Kim West or something. But I'm trying to think if I've ever seen a movie and like the person like changed their last name.
In the movie,
Like
or
and
Like,
like
you
if
mean the
you like
credits?
seen it in the credits, like their last name was
Oh.
changed.
Jada Pinkett Smith.
Yeah,
I remember
she-
she's saying you have to write it that way.
But she hyphenated it.
I don't think she uses a hyphen. She
She's
just
Yeah,
Jada
no,
Pinkett
yeah,
Smith.
yeah. She has
Oh,
no
just-
She
idea.
doesn't hyphenate it. She just uses just two
Like,
last
names.
like if
Yeah.
Pinkett was like her middle name.
Oh,
That's
okay.
how that she. And I remember hearing something that she said it has to be written that way on when the credits roll or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's her name too? Angelina Jolie. Angelina Jolie Pitt, but I think she's Jolie again, right?
Probably. Yeah.
But the kids keep their thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jolie
they don't,
Pitt?
They don't get a maiden
Yeah.
name. That is their maiden name. It's a lot of work either way. Oof.
You fill paperwork all day, right? It's just think of it as a job.
No, but you have to wait in line. Possible midget encounters. No. I had a bad experience. Not going there.
What?
It was not funny. Bro.
Wow. All right. So we ask you, the audience, will you change your name? Are you like, F that? I ain't doing that. You don't owe me.
I'm going to put up a poll.
Yes.
I keep forgetting how to do the Instagram poll.
Well, no, put it on that and put it on the Facebook. I'll put it on Twitter.
Okay.
What's everybody's bet? My thing is a high percentage of yes.
That they'll change their name?
Mhm.
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say a high percentage will
percentage,
not. Will not.
What do you say, Jen?
I'm going to say yes.
High percentage will say yes.
I don't know. There's a lot of femmes out there. A lot of
I think
feminists.
it might come close, but I think yes is going to be higher.
Yeah.
We'll let you guys know
So yeah,
In a
we'll
couple weeks.
we'll let you know.
because
Yeah, in a
I
couple
got to
weeks.
figure out how to do the Instagram thing again.
So yeah, will you change your name, or you like, nah, I'm good, or will you come up with a completely new name, or will any men out there, will you take the significant other's name? Will you do that? There's a lot of things you can do. So
And I'm going to say this again. I said it before. I hate when couples use the same Facebook page. Like
because you think
Kelly and John Smith's Facebook page. Shut
why
up.
is it because whoa.
It's just annoying.
they're showcasing their love. Why? Is it because you want to send Kate something and you don't think Frank is gonna get it? Whatever names you just used.
I don't know.
Or maybe because it's a little sickening to see people losing their identity in marriage.
Yeah, I mean,
How's that losing their identity in marriage? Oh, because they're not individuals anymore. That's what you're saying.
Everything
Okay.
is
Togetherness.
You're still Martini John. Like,
Yeah.
like what if everybody was just calling you like Alice's husband?
Right.
You're like, my name is Martini.
Yeah.
Like, my mother
But-
named me Martini.
No, but that's a lot of. I've heard that as well. Well, I guess you can't fight that either. I mean, how would you fight that? Because I heard a lot. Well, my friend particularly.
when you introduce
doesn't
yourself
like-
as Martini,
doesn't
that's what
like-
people should call you.
What's it called? They don't like. My friend was like, I don't like being called my blah blah's wife.
I can see if you calling me that because you don't know me or you don't know my name
Yeah.
or you don't remember my name. You say, I saw Martini's wife. Like a casual.
Yeah.
But some people just call that's Martini's wife.
Yeah.
Well, what's her name? You know, like or that's Alice's husband. Well, what's his name? Martini. Well, why you ain't say that? Why couldn't you say Martini Alice's husband?
Right.
Martini Alice's or Alice's husband Martini.
Yeah.
Why is he just Alice's husband?
Yeah, why
He
is it the
had to be-
title?
He had to be named something before he got here. Like
Right.
that kind of stuff, it really bothers
poll.
me.
Figured it out.
Yeah, it bothers me.
Okay. Yeah, so again, the email is bedlovebeyond@gmail.com. You can go to our website, www.bedlovebeyond.com. You can see more articles about this very subject. You can give us a call or text us at 201-862-8BED. That is 201-862-8233. You can hit us up on Facebook and also see a Facebook poll that Jen will have on there, www.facebook.com/bedlovebeyond. And also you can follow us at bedlovebeyond on Instagram, Twitter, Periscope, and YouTube. Thank you for listening to us on Podbean, iTunes, Pocket Cast, Stitcher, and
Google Play Music.
that is the end of the show. Thank you, April, for coming on once again.
Sure.
I'm Martini.
Still Jen.
And that's the end of the show. We'll see you guys.
Later.